Hey, and welcome to the latest episode of the Mind Body Health Podcast. I'm Dave Sheahan, your host. I'm a high performance consultant, and I've dedicated over 25 years now to hopefully educating, motivating, and inspiring people just like you to be the best they can be, to experience the best life that they can have, and to create that life that they want, one that's fun, vibrant, fulfilling, successful, but most importantly, that's filled with happiness. We want lives that are filled with happiness. We want to live in fear of regret. It's something I'm always stressing all the time. You should only fear one thing in life, and that is regret. And you should, fear getting to the end of your days and thinking back and reflecting and thinking to yourself, God, I wish I did this, I should have done that, and so on. Where instead, what we should be doing is living such fear of it that every day we realize what a beautiful gift every single day is. We should be grateful for every day we open our eyes, our lungs still take oxygen, our heart still pumps, we can still see, we can still function, and we have another 24 hours to make a positive impact in our lives and to move to where we want and have the life experience we want to have. I hope you're enjoying the Mind Body Health podcast so far. Something I'm really passionate about, something I'm really enjoying. Feedback has been great. Thanks if you've left a rating and review. Keep it up, keep sharing it out there. These messages need to get out there as much as possible. On today's podcast, I'm going to speak to you about what positive impact are you making in the world? What positive impact are you making in the world? And you might be immediately thinking, positive impact in the world? How can I make a positive impact in the world? It's only little old me. What can I possibly do? Well, this is the issue, you see. This is where, for the vast majority of people, they don't genuinely believe they can make much impact. They don't believe that they have much control over anything that goes on in the world. They don't believe that they can make an impact, and they downplay their own potential. When the reality is, every single one of us can make a huge impact in the world. We can make an impact in the way we live our life, how big a role model we are, the people in our lives and the impact we have in them. Like, making an impact in the world doesn't mean you have to be impacting hundreds of thousands of people. It could literally be just your own little bubble, your own children even, and creating wonderful human beings with wonderful values and beliefs and morals and ethics and all these things that are important to have human beings out there who live good lives, who live authentically, who live truly, to not just for themselves. Of course, we should live lives that fulfill us and bring us happiness, but they also, at the same time, in doing so, in living a life with that goal, also have a positive impact on their people. It's like every parent, if you're a parent listening to this, you can have a huge positive impact in this world by how good of a parent you are. How well you communicate with your child, what kind of values you give them, what kind of attitudes you instill in them, because that will determine how they will then live out their life in terms of their career, their relationships, their goals, and so on. And then if they have children, or all the people they come in contact with, again, the type of energy, the type of values, the type of attitude they have will rub off on some as well. So, we need to start seeing the bigger picture. We need to see that we can all have a huge impact. It's like, for me, now, my mission, genuine mission and purpose every single morning, my eyes open, is to make a positive impact on others. So my day is dedicated to doing everything I can to make a positive impact on others. And from the second I wake up, second go to bed, that's what I'm doing. A huge part of that day is the content I put out there, like this podcast, the Mind Body Health Podcast, like books I'm writing and have written before, like working with my clients on my online and offline programs, like all the stuff I put out there across all social media, responding to messages from people. It's all to make a positive impact, but also a positive impact on myself by prioritizing me, because the more I prioritize me, the better I can serve people like you or people who are in my life. I also want to make a positive impact on my son, who's super precious to me. He is my world, but I want to make a positive impact on him by the way I live my life, by what he sees me doing, by the way he sees the way I live, he sees the way I respect humans, the way he sees the way I care about humans, whether I know them or not. He sees my attitude in times of struggles. He sees my presence throughout the time in terms of being present. He sees the way I enjoy life's wonderful experiences. He sees all those things, and they'll make some type of imprint on him and on his psyche, and then that will follow through. So I'm very conscious of the way I parent my son and the way I live my life, those two together, and the way I speak to him, communicate with him, and the message I give him, how important they are in forming him into the person he is. He will always have his own uniqueness. He will always have his own characteristics. But what I'm showing him and teaching him and saying to him, and when we communicate and speak about things, that's having a positive impact on him, which will then in turn have a positive impact on the people who he comes in contact with for the rest of his life. So do you see how in what can seem really small and insignificant can have a huge impact on quite a lot of people? And a lot of people might be 10, 20, 100 people, whatever amount of people you've come in contact with in your life, or that they will come in contact with in their life. But when you think about it, we come in contact with quite a lot of people in our lives throughout the course of our lives. So we each individually can have a huge impact on people who come in contact with us. But we also, by having an impact on them, will have an impact on so many other people by the way that they live their lives, from the impact that we have had on them. That makes sense? So I want to ask you, what positive impact are you going to make in the world? There's people out there who do amazing things, who literally change history. If you look at people throughout history who have changed things for the better, who've brought in more justice and equality, freedom in certain situations, changes for the better in terms of technology, even things like planes, way houses are built, heating, food. Obviously all these things have negatives as well, but we're not going to go into that. I want to focus on the positives of each development and the evolution of humans and the evolution of what we can do and what we produce, and focus on everything that we create. Everything that man has created has a very positive purpose and use if it's used that way. Unfortunately for humans, there's also that bad element that if it's used by the wrong humans for wrong purposes, it has a very negative impact. And that's been the case with practically everything. But let's stay away from that right now. I want you to focus on the positive impact. So, what kind of way are you living? What things are you doing? What are you very passionate about? What kind of causes? It's like for me over the last 9 years in particular, depending on when you listen to this, when I went vegan January 1st, 2012, that was a stage I was quite passionate about veganism and animal cruelty and all those aspects. 9 years on, now in 2020, that's at a whole different level. I'm very passionate about it. I do a lot of work to try and raise awareness and educate people and bring people's attention to, animal rights just as much as human rights. Again, something I'm passionate about. Equality and fairness and justice for all. Doesn't matter whether you're an animal, whether you're human, we're all beings, and we all deserve to have a fair chance in life. We all deserve to have a happy life, a fulfilling life. And, that's why I'm involved with so many different kind of projects and very different scopes of different things. But that's me. I'm trying to have a big impact on like a global scale. My mission is to leave a legacy where I've made an impact that will continue on and on long after I'm gone. But that's what I'm trying to do. That's my positive impact. What positive impact are you trying to make and constantly trying to make? You might be making a positive impact. You're almost definitely making a positive impact, but you don't realize it. But if you actually became aware of the positive impact you could make, your results would dramatically increase. Your impact would dramatically increase. And remember, we start making a positive impact by making a positive impact on ourselves. It's like the core foundation of the Mind Body Health podcast is in the root that if you get control of the mind body health area of your life, it has a catalytic impact on every single area of your life. And that we're all striving to get to that life experience that's fun, vibrant, fulfilling, successful, and most importantly, filled with happiness. So, you need to focus on that foundation. So it needs to start with you. The positive impact on the world will start by you making a positive impact on yourself. Get to the stage where you're filled with self-love, filled with self-esteem, filled with confidence, truly loving yourself. That comes from self-care, that comes from prioritizing you, that comes from getting control of the mind-body health area of your life. So that's where it starts. That's the starting point for making a positive impact on the world. So, that depending on where you are in your life journey right now and what challenges you have, what you've been prioritizing and what you should be prioritizing and what you're not prioritizing, you may need to focus on that first. And then through you getting control of the mind body health area of your life, you will then start to make a positive impact on others just through what you're doing, just through the different energy you give off, the different type of person you'll become, the more energy you'll have and drive and determination to actually make bigger changes in your life, which will make a change in other people's life. You'll be a better role model to your kids, to your family, to your friends, to your associates, to work colleagues, to whoever comes across you. This is the power. It's like a domino effect. If we all lead better lives, if we all focus more on doing what's right. If we work in our own interest in the positive sense, but also do it in a way that has a positive impact on others, instead of the desperate negative emotions and negative energies that have been, starting to consume the world for many years now. Greed, selfishness, taking care of me, I'm all right, Jack type mentality, which has really consumed the world. So many people are so close-minded to the many inequalities and injustices that still remain in the world, that unnecessarily remain in the world. If when you open up your consciousness to making a positive impact, you start to see these things and you start to genuinely want to improve them in our own little way. Sometimes people will say, oh, sure, look, you're only one person. What can you possibly do? One person can lead to 2, can lead to 5, can lead to 10, to 100, to 1,000, to 100,000, to 1,000,000. That's how everything starts. That's how everything works. That's how every movement in history has happened, good or bad. That's how, every mission has been accomplished. That's how, people who lead purposeful lives go about their days and their weeks and their whole life, making a difference, one person at a time. It's the way I live my life. I genuinely every day want to make an impact, a positive impact on even just one person. And if I do that, then it's job done. It's not about me affecting millions a day. When I get to that stage, fantastic. But it starts by impacting even just one. Then the world will spread. Then you attract more people who want to follow you and who are positively impacted by you and who see you as a role model. But the bottom line again is making that positive impact. You can make a positive impact on the world just as much as I can make a positive impact on the world. It's a choice at the end of the day. It's a choice. Now you might choose to just focus on making impact in your own little bubble, so your own immediate circles. So if you have children, if you have a partner, your family, your friends, that might be what you focus on. That's fantastic. That's still having an impact on the world, because remember, each of those people will come in contact with numerous people throughout their life. So depending on their attitudes and their beliefs and their values and what they want out of life and their character, they'll impact other people. So if you want to just focus on them, that's fantastic. This isn't about, like, my message in this isn't about you going out there trying to change the world. Very few people will, very few people can, but the thing is, you can change things in your own little world, and that in time will actually have a huge impact on the world. I hope that's making sense to you. But I want you to become conscious of the role that you play. Every single one of us is equally important. This is why there's no hierarchy, or should be no hierarchy. I know there is, but there shouldn't be. No one should be on a pedestal. It's like even people who love some of the stuff I do, and where I know by communicating with them sometimes, it's like, hey, look, I'm the same as you. I'm not on any pedestal here. I'm the same as you. I'm just doing certain things. I'm very conscious of the way I live, very conscious of the impact the way I live has on other people. I'm very conscious of doing work that has a positive impact on other people. That's my choice. That's the way I'm choosing to live. Not everyone has to do that, but everyone can. That's the big difference. Everyone can. You can. And that's what you need to digest. That's the most important thing from this message. It's like recently, depending on when you listen to this, Diego Maradona died. And, there's a guy who lived life fully. He did so many crazy things. Some people would say so many wrong things, but he experienced life fully. As I saw someone posting, he lived the same life as another man living 1,000 years. Like, he died at 60, but he lived a full life. But look at the impact he made on the world. Look at the joy he brought to so many people who watched him play football. Probably, for me, he's the best footballer of all time. But the joy he brought to people like me and other people watching him play football, the escapism, the distraction from the challenges of life at times. Look at the pride he brought to his country, Argentina. Look at the pride he brought to them many times. Look at the pride and joy he brought to places he played, like Napoli. So Naples, they won 2 leagues while he was there. So again, like him, he made a positive impact through using what he had, his talent, his skills, his hard work, his desire to be the best. Same as Ronaldo right now, Cristiano Ronaldo. Again, he is making a positive impact on the world by just bringing joy by the way he plays. And that's not even talk about the impact he makes with his philanthropic, is that the way? Whatever the word is, endeavors. He doesn't talk about it. He doesn't publicize it, but he's making such a difference in so many people's lives by using his wealth for good purposes. So there's people who are doing it, but there's just as much as, let's say, people who work in hospitals, doctors, nurses, and all these. They're making an impact in people's lives every single day, making a positive impact. A delivery guy or a girl delivering packages. It's a key thing. We all have a key role in all of this. We all have a key role in society. And this is where this type of hierarchy has to be taken down, because we all can have a positive impact. We all do have a positive impact once we're doing something. We need to be consciously doing things. And when we're consciously doing things, we can do even more. To be consciously aware that every action you're taking, every decision you're making is going to have some kind of impact on others. And to think about it first, not just think about you directly. This is where greed and selfishness start to take over, and backstabbing and just dishonest behavior and lying and corruption and all that, which again is like poison in the world right now, and increasingly so in recent times. But we have to counteract that with positive energy, positive emotions, positive action, making a positive impact. So again, my question to you is, what positive impact are you going to make in the world? What positive impact are you going to make in the world, or what positive impact are you making right now? How can you step it up even more? Every day I'm looking at how can I step up my impact every single day. I know I do a lot, but I always look at how more, because that's what gives me satisfaction and joy in life. So it's self-serving in that it helps me, gives me more joy and happiness, but also amplifies that massively by the fact I know it's helping other people, or I hope it helps other people. Is that making sense? So think about it. Let me know. It'd be great to hear from you. Let me know how you're making a positive impact in the world, or how you're going to start making a positive impact in the world, or how you're going to make a greater positive impact in the world. I hope I've opened your mind to conceiving that you actually are hugely valuable in the world. You may be like a tiny dot out of 7 billion people, and it seems insignificant, and that's true. I think it was Matthew McConaughey on a podcast I heard recently was saying that, like, if you think about it, you were so insignificant, but at the same time, you are so significant. Because if every single dot out of 7 billion were doing something positive, what a wonderful world we would live in. When instead, that's not the case. But we all have the power to make a positive impact. You have the power just as much as I have the power. It's just about a mindset. It's about a desire. And ultimately, it's about taking action. Okay, so make a positive impact in the world. Let's make this a better place. Make it a better place for you. Make it a better place for your kids, your partner, your family, your friends, people you work with, and make it a better world, a better place for all people, both here now and both for the future. We all have an important role to play. Let's do this. How can you make a positive impact in the world? Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope it's helped. This is Dave Sheahan, your high performance consultant, signing off on the Mind Body Health podcast. Please give us a rate and a review, and share it out there as with as many people as you can. People need to know these messages. And have an awesome day. Keep taking action. Remember, it's all about moving forward. And I look forward to speaking to you on the next episode of the Mind Body Health podcast.